Live from Radio Row in Minnesota, it's Levack and Goz on 104.5, The Team.
Dilly dilly.
Thanks to our friends at Bud Light. We are live in the Mall of America in Minneapolis, preparing for Super Bowl 52, and we kick this show off with a Super Bowl champion sitting across from us, Mike Haynes, former Raider, former Patriot, and all-around great guy. Every year you make time for us, and we truly appreciate it. How has your trip to Minnesota been so far?
Well, so far it's been pretty good. I mean, today the weather was a little different. I feel sorry for the people that were walking over here from the hotel.
Yeah, different's a nice way to say it. My mustache froze the second I stopped off the bus.
I couldn't believe how cold it was. It's just amazing. But a lot of football fans here is great. This is always a lot of fun because, for people to be up here, walking around up here, they have to be a football fan or they wouldn't be here. And it's always a lot of fun. You know what you're going to be talking about the whole time. Football, and more football.
You're wearing the gold jacket. Saturday, another Hall of Fame class is going to be inducted. What's that lead-up like to that? And do you have any people in particular you think it might be in this year's class?
Well, this year was the first year I didn't really look at the list. When I say that, the Hall of Fame sends us a list, since I don't really have a vote. But they let us look at a list and pick, and then they look at the guys that we picked. And so I didn't do that this year, but I just got through talking with Rod Woodson, and he did it, and he picked his top 4. It's always really hard to pick the guys, and we got into this discussion about should your off the field or anything off the field have anything to do with you getting in to the Hall of Fame, and a lot of guys, including myself, used to believe that it shouldn't. It should be whatever you did on the field, that should be the only thing that matters. But now that I've been in the Hall of Fame for a long time, I really have changed the way I feel about it.
Okay.
And I really feel like the guys who have good character, who have demonstrated good character, they should be the guys that maybe get in first. I think everybody that deserves to be in should be in. But I think it'd be hard to be a first ballot guy if you weren't a good person as well. And so when I say that, what a lot of guys don't realize is the person that stands up and says why that guy should go into the Hall of Fame is a reporter. It's not a former player. It's a reporter in that city,
Right.
And so if that reporter was not getting respect from that player for the 8 years or 9 years that he was covering him, how can you expect that guy to step up when his name does come up to go in the Hall of Fame, that this guy should go in the first ballot? You think he's going to really make the best effort to get that guy in that's been treating you with no respect? I don't think so. So those are little things. We don't get a vote because I think if the guys in the hall had a vote, we would just say you got to be a good football player and that's all you need to do to get in. But the other guys, they're looking at a bigger scope, and now I am starting to see what they see. It's a community out there that looks at football, that looks at the industry, and you want your kids to see a good image. If that guy's a Hall of Famer, he's the best that ever played, but guess what? He's also a good person. He cares about good character. He's going to demonstrate good character with that gold jacket on. He's representing a lot of guys out there, not just himself. So I don't have any problems with anybody that says that guy shouldn't go in. I just don't think it's fair that guy should never go in. I think he should go in, no matter what.
So basically, Mike Haynes with us right now. It sounds almost like you're describing Terrell Owens. I mean, I don't know if that's intentional or not, but Terrell Owens has a rough relationship with the media and top numbers.
Well, he's definitely a guy that should be in.
Okay, good. Okay, I'm with you. All right.
Right? He definitely should be in the Hall of Fame.
Nothing wrong off the field. He just wasn't always friendly to the media.
Right. So I had a conversation today. We were talking about T.O. a little earlier, and we were saying, what he did with the Cowboys and went up there and he caused controversy right there. And they go, I love that. And I said, you know what? I don't love that. I said, that's encouraging some young high school kid to do that. That's encouraged some youth football player to do that. All right, so and me, if I'm on the other team, if I was a Dallas Cowboy, I would be so upset that, I may go off if I'm covering that guy every single play.
Right.
I may go off, man, you can't come into my house and disrespect me like that.
Stand on my star?
Yeah, come on. So all those things play a part. Now, and so does he deserve to go in? Absolutely. There is no question about it. He's revolutionized the position in a lot of ways. And there's also a lot of things like that change. Like I say, that's not really cool, you know. And that's the way I really feel, and I'm going to leave that at that. Yeah, I'm going to leave it at that.
Just saying, like, let's say George Teague became famous because he did the second time on the Star, and he came over and blasted. You're saying a younger Mike Haynes may have also folled George Teague's lead, and not that happened on the field. I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, you're feeling me now. You're feeling me. You're feeling me.
Well, part of your career in New England, part of it in L.A., and obviously, you know me, I'm a bigger fan of the L.A. part. But your Patriots are playing in this Super Bowl. Are they still the team to beat? Can the Eagles beat them?
Well, I'm biased. Biased. Every time I try and look at it, I always see the Patriots winning. But so when the Patriots or the Raiders playing, I lose all objective. It's not really even fair to hear my thoughts on it. I think they're the best team. They should win. But the thing that I know for sure is that both teams have a good defense. And I think this is going to be a good game. I think they're similar, actually, on offense. I think that the types of plays they run are similar. They both have good running games. The thing that the Patriots might have over the Eagles is they've seen more situations than the Eagles because they played in a lot of Super Bowls,
right.
And they can prepare for like 10 different things that could happen. They could go in at halftime and change 5 things easily because they're conditioned to that kind of thing. Where I don't know that the Eagles can do that. I don't know if they're groomed to that. But the team with the best defense is going to win because the team with the best defense always wins.
Love it. Mike Haynes with us now. Speaking of best defense. Sometimes it's good offense. You got to be proactive. You got to know your stats.
There you go. Good segue.
Look at me. Nice. It's taking 4 years of doing this. I'm starting to get the hang of it.
Absolutely. So what he's talking about, folks, is I'm a prostate cancer survivor, and I generally come here to the Super Bowl to use it as an opportunity to try and encourage men to know their prostate health and to know their family history, know the likelihood that they're going to get this disease, because an awful lot of men are going to get prostate cancer in their lifetime. And way too many men are finding out they have it in the later stages, and there's no good reason for that to happen except men are not being proactive and talking to their doctors about it, not knowing that it runs in their family, leads them to making bad decisions. So the whole campaign is about guys knowing their family history. If it runs in your family, if you're around 40, you should start talking to people or talking to your doctor about your prostate health. And he will give you the right advice to do the right thing. If it doesn't run in your family, you can wait until you're in the 50s to have those conversations with your doctor. But if it runs in your family, you don't do. Even on my way out here on the plane 2 days ago, sitting next to a guy, his dad had prostate cancer. His older brother had prostate cancer. He knew it ran in his family. He knew he was likely to get it. When he finally goes in to see the doctor, he has a Gleason of 9. The highest you can have is 10.
Wow.
All right. And so 10 means it's terminal. 9, it's a different fight. So he's been kept alive through radiation and chemo and different things. But it's a fight that he didn't need to have because he knew he was going to get it. And had he dealt with it in the early stages when it was treatable, it would have been an easy fight. Easy fight.
It's all about preparation and know your stats. KnowYourStats.org. Mike Haynes, you're out there fighting the good fight to make sure people know what's going on and prepare themselves for the worst. So we appreciate that from you. And, man, I got to root against your Patriots. I'm sorry.
Hey, I understand. And, it's really funny. When I came in the league, when I first joined the Patriots, the 2 best teams in the league were the Raiders and the Steelers. All right? And now the Patriots kind of took the place of the Raiders.
Right. Right. As much, and no one likes them either. The same.
Yeah, exactly. Like everybody hated the Raiders. Now everybody hates the Patriots, Do you
think Gruden will make a difference?
I don't think there's any doubt. I mean, I'd really be shocked if he didn't. The reason I feel like, he's a football guy. His dad was a coach. His brother's a coach. He's coach in his family. And then he got a chance to coach. And he's won a Super Bowl. Then he gets out of the game, and now he gets a chance to go around the country and interview coaches, interview general managers just for his job. Like, hey, why did you pick that guy? And why did you do this? And why did you do that? And so now he gets to get educated in a different way that he never would have had he been a coach at one place. No one's going to open up the books. No one's going to show them their weight room and all this other stuff that they have and special things that they do with their players. But he's been shown all of that. So now he goes back, gets a new shot, says, I know what I need to do. Now, without a doubt, I know what it's going to take to win, what kind of players we need to get. And I'm excited to see what he comes up with.
Love it. Mike Haynes, thank you so much for making time for us.
All right. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Coming up, we're gonna find out exactly how much tickets are going for at this year's Super Bowl. That'll be here live from Radio Row next.